That little brown bottle sitting in the back of your medicine cabinet? It costs about $1 at most drugstores, yet it can replace dozens of expensive products you're currently buying. We're talking about hydrogen peroxide, a simple compound made of just water and one extra oxygen atom. And that tiny extra atom makes all the difference. For over a century, hydrogen peroxide has been a household staple, but most people only think of it as something you pour on a scraped knee. Well, here's the thing. Doctors actually do not recommend it for wounds anymore because it can slow down healing. That does not mean this stuff is not incredibly useful. In fact, you might be shocked at just how many things it can do for your health, your hygiene, and your home. According to the CDC, hydrogen peroxide is effective at killing yeasts, fungi, bacteria, viruses, and even mold spores. It's a powerful oxidizer, which is why it works so well as a bleaching agent and disinfectant. And unlike many commercial cleaners and health products, it breaks down into nothing more than water and oxygen, making it one of the most environmentally friendly options out there. The key is knowing how to use it properly. We're talking about the standard 3% hydrogen peroxide you can grab at any pharmacy or grocery store for pocket change. Not the industrial strength stuff, not the 35% food-grade concentrate, just the regular brown bottle. So before you overlook that humble bottle on your next shopping trip, stick around, because these 15 hacks are about to change the way you look at hydrogen peroxide forever. Professional teeth whitening can cost anywhere from $300 to over $1,000 at the dentist, and even over-the-counter whitening strips will set you back $30 to $50 a box. But here is what the dental industry does not always advertise. Hydrogen peroxide is the active whitening ingredient in most of those expensive products anyway. You are essentially paying for packaging and marketing. You can make your own whitening rinse at home for practically nothing. Just mix equal parts 3% hydrogen peroxide and water, so about half a cup of each, and swish it around your mouth for 30 to 60 seconds, then spit it out. The peroxide works as a bleaching agent that breaks down stains on the surface of your teeth through a chemical process called oxidation. It can penetrate the enamel's outer surface to lift both external stains from coffee and wine, and even some internal discoloration. If you want to kick things up a notch, you can also mix a few teaspoons of baking soda with a small amount of hydrogen peroxide to create a paste. Use this as a toothpaste a couple of times a week for whitening power. Now, you do not want to overdo this. A few times a week is plenty. And if you experience any sensitivity or irritation, cut back or stop altogether. But for most people, this simple rinse can gradually brighten your smile without spending a dime on fancy whitening kits. The American Dental Association has recognized hydrogen peroxide as a safe and effective whitening agent when used at appropriate concentrations. Number 2, freshen your breath naturally. Bad breath is something everyone deals with at some point, and most commercial mouthwashes just mask the odor with strong flavors and alcohol without actually addressing the root cause. You might feel that minty burn for a few minutes, but the bacteria responsible for the smell are still there, waiting to come right back. Hydrogen peroxide takes a completely different approach. Because it is antibacterial, a diluted hydrogen peroxide rinse actually kills the bacteria in your mouth that cause bad breath in the first place. It releases oxygen when it comes into contact with these bacteria, which disrupts their environment and eliminates them at the source. It also helps loosen and flush away food particles trapped between teeth and along the gum line. To use it as a mouthwash, Dilute 3% hydrogen peroxide with equal parts water, swish it around for about 30 seconds, and spit. Do not swallow it. You will notice your breath stays fresher for longer compared to regular mouthwash, and the best part? A whole bottle of hydrogen peroxide costs less than a single bottle of the name brand stuff. Over the course of a year, the savings really add up. Think about this for a second. Your toothbrush sits out in your bathroom, exposed to all kinds of airborne bacteria every single day. Every time you flush the toilet, microscopic particles become airborne and can settle on nearby surfaces, including your toothbrush. The American Dental Association has noted that toothbrushes can harbor fecal coliform and other bacteria just from being stored in the bathroom. That is not exactly what you want to put in your mouth twice a day. Here is the fix. After brushing, drop your toothbrush into a cup of hydrogen peroxide and let it soak for a few minutes. A study from 2009 found that rinsing toothbrushes in hydrogen peroxide reduced bacterial counts by 85%. That is a massive improvement for something that takes zero effort and costs virtually nothing. Just replace the peroxide in the cup every day or two, and you will have a significantly cleaner toothbrush without buying special UV sanitizers or replacement heads more often than necessary. Number 4, clean and sanitize fruits and vegetables. You bring home fresh produce from the grocery store, give it a quick rinse under the faucet, and call it clean. But here is the reality. A simple water rinse does not remove all the pesticide residue, bacteria, and other contaminants that cling to the surface of your fruits and vegetables. Think about how many hands have touched that apple before it ended up in your kitchen. Store employees, other shoppers, delivery drivers, the list goes on. Hydrogen peroxide is recognized by the Food and Drug Administration as a safe sanitizing agent for fresh produce. To use it, add about a quarter cup of 3% hydrogen peroxide to a sink or large bowl full of cold water. Let your produce soak for a few minutes, then rinse everything thoroughly with clean water. This method helps eliminate harmful bacteria like E. coli and Salmonella, removes pesticide residue, and can even help your produce last longer by killing the microorganisms that cause early spoilage. This is especially important for delicate items like berries, lettuce, and other leafy greens that you eat raw and cannot exactly scrub with a brush. For hardier items like apples and potatoes, you can spray them directly with a 1-to-1 hydrogen peroxide and water mixture, give them a gentle rub, and rinse. Another great benefit, because you are killing off the bacteria and fungi that cause produce to go bad, your fruits and vegetables will actually stay fresh longer after a peroxide wash. That means less food waste and more money saved. Athlete's foot is one of those annoying conditions that seems to linger no matter what you do. Over-the-counter antifungal creams can run you $10 to $20 a tube, and they do not always work as fast as you would like. Some people deal with recurring infections for months. Enter hydrogen peroxide. According to the CDC, hydrogen peroxide is effective at killing fungi, which makes it a useful tool in combating foot fungus. You can spray a 50-50 mixture of hydrogen peroxide and water on your feet, especially between and around your toes, every night before bed, and let it air dry. Alternatively, you can soak your feet in a basin of warm water with a cup of hydrogen peroxide added to it for about 20 minutes. The peroxide works to kill the fungal organisms on contact, and over time, consistent daily use can help clear up the infection. As a bonus, this foot soak also helps soften calluses and corns, neutralizes foot odor, and disinfects any minor cuts or cracks on your feet. So you are getting a multi-benefit treatment for the price of a few capfuls of peroxide. If you are someone who frequents public pools, gyms, or locker rooms, this is a great preventive measure to add to your nightly routine. Number 6, disinfect around cuts and scrapes the right way. Doctors no longer recommend pouring hydrogen peroxide directly into open wounds because it can damage healthy tissue and slow healing. That is true. Research has shown it kills not only bacteria, but also the healthy cells your body needs for repair. Hydrogen peroxide still has a role in first aid, just not the way your grandma used it. Instead of pouring it into the wound, use hydrogen peroxide to clean the skin around the cut or scrape. It is excellent for disinfecting the surrounding area to prevent bacteria from migrating into the wound in the first place. You can also use it to sterilize tweezers, scissors, needles, or any other tools you might use during first aid. Simply soak them in hydrogen peroxide for a few minutes before use. This way, you get the powerful disinfecting benefits without interfering with your body's natural healing process. It is a smarter, more updated approach to the same product your family has relied on for generations. Number 7, sanitize kitchen surfaces and cutting boards. Your kitchen cutting board is one of the germiest spots in your house, especially after cutting raw chicken or other meats. Studies have shown cutting boards can harbor more bacteria per square inch than a toilet seat. Commercial disinfectants work, but they often contain chemicals you might not want near your food prep areas. Hydrogen peroxide is non-toxic and breaks down into just water and oxygen, making it a fantastic choice for sanitizing kitchen surfaces. After cleaning your cutting board with soap and water, wipe it down with undiluted 3% hydrogen peroxide. Let it sit for a few minutes until it stops fizzing, then rinse. Some cleaning experts recommend a two-step approach. Wipe the surface with white vinegar first using one paper towel, then follow up with hydrogen peroxide using a separate paper towel. Do not mix them together in the same bottle. When used one after the other, this combination is remarkably effective at killing bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli. You can also spray hydrogen peroxide on countertops, refrigerator shelves, and other food prep surfaces. Because it is non-toxic and leaves no chemical residue, you do not have to worry about harmful substances ending up in your meals. It is one of the safest and cheapest ways to keep your kitchen truly clean. Number 8, soothe a sore throat. If you wake up with that scratchy, painful feeling in your throat, hydrogen peroxide might be able to help before you even reach for the medicine cabinet. Gargling with a diluted hydrogen peroxide solution can help reduce the bacteria and mucus buildup that contribute to sore throat discomfort. Mix 1 part 3% hydrogen peroxide with 2 parts warm water and gargle for about 30 seconds, then spit it out completely. Do not swallow the solution. The antibacterial action of the peroxide helps knock out some of the germs irritating your throat, and the fizzing action helps loosen up mucus and clear away debris. Many people find relief after just 1 or 2 gargles. Some even report that it helps with that stuffy, congested feeling you get when a cold is coming on. Now, this is not going to cure strep throat or a serious infection. You would still want to see a doctor for that. But for everyday sore throats caused by a common cold, dry winter air, or mild irritation, it is a cheap and effective remedy that works surprisingly well. Number 9, remove stubborn stains from clothes. This one is more of a money-saving hack, but when you stop throwing out stained clothes and buying replacements, it absolutely impacts your bottom line. If you have ever stained a white shirt with blood, sweat, or food, you know how frustrating it can be to get those marks out. Expensive stain removers promise miracles, but do not always deliver. Hydrogen peroxide works as a natural bleaching agent, and it is particularly effective on organic stains. For blood stains, the key is to act fast. Apply 3% hydrogen peroxide directly to the stain while it is still fresh. Let it fizz and bubble for a minute or two, then rinse with cold water and launder as usual. For those embarrassing yellow sweat stains that develop on the underarms of white shirts, mix hydrogen peroxide with a bit of dish soap. Apply it generously to the stain, let it sit for about 30 minutes, and then wash normally. You can also add a cup of hydrogen peroxide directly to your washing machine to brighten an entire load of whites. Just be aware that because hydrogen peroxide has bleaching properties, it is best used on white or light-colored fabrics. Always test a small hidden area first on colored clothing to make sure it will not cause discoloration. But for whites, it is a game changer and costs a fraction of what specialty stain removers charge. Number 10. Clean and deodorize your humidifier. If you use a humidifier during the dry winter months, and plenty of Americans do, you need to hear this. Humidifiers are notorious breeding grounds for mold and bacteria. If you are not cleaning yours regularly, you could be pumping harmful microorganisms directly into the air you breathe every night while you sleep. That can lead to respiratory issues, allergy flare-ups, and even infections, which completely defeats the purpose of having one. Hydrogen peroxide is perfect for this job. Mix 1 part 3% hydrogen peroxide with 4 parts water and pour it into the humidifier tank. Let the solution sit for at least 30 minutes to allow it to kill mold, bacteria, and any mineral buildup inside the tank. Then empty it, rinse thoroughly with clean water, and let it air dry completely before using it again. Doing this once a week during heavy use periods will keep your humidifier running clean and keep the air in your home healthier. It is a simple maintenance step that can prevent a whole host of health problems down the road. If you have young children, you know that everything they own ends up in their mouths at some point. Toys, remote controls, blocks, stuffed animals, nothing is safe. These items can harbor viruses and bacteria, especially during cold and flu season when germs are spreading like wildfire through daycare and school. But you might not love the idea of dousing your kid's favorite toy in harsh chemical cleaners. The good news is hydrogen peroxide is a much safer alternative. Mix about 3 parts hydrogen peroxide with 97 parts water to create a gentle but effective sanitizing solution. You can spray it on plastic toys or place them in a bin filled with the solution and let them soak for a few minutes. Rinse thoroughly with clean water afterward and let everything air dry. For stuffed animals or fabric toys that cannot be submerged, lightly spray the surface and allow it to dry on its own. This gives you peace without exposing your little ones to the kinds of chemicals found in many commercial disinfectant sprays. Given the low cost of hydrogen peroxide, you can afford to do this as often as you like. Dingy, discolored grout can make your whole bathroom or kitchen look dirty, even right after you've cleaned it. Over time, grout absorbs moisture, grime, soap scum, and mildew, turning what was once bright white into an unsightly shade of brown or gray. Professional grout cleaning services can cost a pretty penny, and many store-bought tile cleaners are loaded with bleach, ammonia, and artificial fragrances that can irritate your lungs and skin. Hydrogen peroxide offers a safer, more affordable solution. Mix equal parts hydrogen peroxide and baking soda to form a thick paste, then apply it directly onto the grout lines using an old toothbrush or a stiff bristled brush. Let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes, then scrub vigorously and rinse with water. This combination is remarkably effective at lifting deep-set grime, killing mold and mildew and restoring the original color of your grout, all without the harsh chemical fumes that make you want to open every window in the house. You can also spray undiluted 3% hydrogen peroxide directly on shower walls and bathtub surfaces to kill bacteria and prevent mildew from coming back. Let it sit for about 10 minutes, then wipe it away. Do this once a week, and your bathroom will stay noticeably cleaner with minimal effort. Yellowed nails can be caused by anything from dark nail polish stains to mild fungal issues, and they can make you feel self-conscious every time you reach out to shake someone's hand. Salon treatments and specialty nail products can get expensive fast, but you don't need any of that. Soak your nails in a small bowl of 3% hydrogen peroxide for about 5 to 10 minutes. The oxidizing properties of the peroxide work to lift discoloration and brighten your nails naturally. For stubborn stains that don't come off with soaking alone, make a paste with hydrogen peroxide and baking soda, apply it to your nails with an old toothbrush, and gently scrub in circular motions. Rinse with warm water, and you should notice a visible improvement right away. Do this a few times a week, and your nails will look cleaner, brighter, and healthier, without spending money on salon visits or expensive whitening treatments. It is a simple trick that takes just a few minutes out of your day. Number 14. Disinfect your toilet without harsh chemicals. Here is one for the folks who want a cleaner bathroom without breathing in toxic fumes every time they scrub the toilet. Most commercial toilet bowl cleaners contain some pretty aggressive chemicals like hydrochloric acid and sodium hypochlorite that can irritate your eyes, your skin, and your respiratory system. In a small, poorly ventilated bathroom, those fumes can be downright unpleasant. Hydrogen peroxide gets the job done without any of that. Pour about half a cup of 3% hydrogen peroxide directly into your toilet bowl. Let it sit for at least 20 to 30 minutes, or even overnight for tougher buildup and stains. Then scrub with a toilet brush and flush. The peroxide disinfects, removes stains, and kills bacteria and viruses on contact. You can also spray hydrogen peroxide on the exterior of the toilet, the handle, the seat, and even the floor around the base for a complete sanitizing treatment. It is safe and effective, and best of all, you will not need to crack open a window or wear rubber gloves just to clean your bathroom. Number 15. Boost your plant health. This last one might surprise you. Hydrogen peroxide can actually help your houseplants and garden plants thrive. When you water plants with regular tap water, it does not contain much dissolved oxygen. Rainwater naturally contains small amounts of hydrogen peroxide, and that is one reason plants seem to perk up so much after a good rain. You can mimic this effect by mixing 1 teaspoon of 3% hydrogen peroxide per cup of water and use it to water your plants occasionally. Try once a week or every other week. The extra oxygen released by the peroxide promotes healthier root development and helps prevent root rot, which is one of the most common problems caused by overwatering or poor drainage. If you are starting seeds in the spring, you can soak them overnight in a solution of 1 ounce of peroxide per 2 cups of water. This helps eliminate fungal spores on the seed surface and can speed up germination rates, getting your garden off to a faster start. You can even use a diluted hydrogen peroxide spray on plant leaves to help combat powdery mildew and other fungal issues in your garden. It is safe, biodegradable, and will not harm beneficial insects the way chemical pesticides often do. A few important safety notes. Before you go on a hydrogen peroxide spree, keep a couple of things in mind. Always use the standard 3% concentration that you find at the drugstore. Higher concentrations, like the 35% food-grade variety, can cause serious chemical burns and should only be handled with extreme care and proper dilution. Never mix hydrogen peroxide with vinegar in the same container because that creates peracetic acid, which can be corrosive and can cause respiratory irritation. Using them one after another on surfaces is fine, just do not combine them in a single bottle. And of course, never drink hydrogen peroxide. Ingesting it can cause serious internal damage, including vomiting and severe burning of the digestive tract. Store your hydrogen peroxide in its original dark bottle and keep it in a cool, dark place. Light and heat break it down quickly, which means it loses its effectiveness over time. If your peroxide does not fizz when it hits a surface, it is probably gone flat and will not do much good anymore. Time to grab a fresh bottle. As you can see, that unassuming brown bottle is one of the most versatile and affordable products you can own. Whether you are freshening your breath, cleaning your kitchen, whitening your teeth, or helping your plants grow, hydrogen peroxide does it all, and it does it for a fraction of the cost of the specialized products most people are buying. It is one of those rare items where spending less actually gets you more. This channel is all about sharing useful, common-sense tips that help you stop wasting things and stretch your money further. We post many more ideas like this, so if you find these videos helpful, subscribe and stay up to date. Your wallet will thank you.